Every time you will away, no matter what you, huh? You were always right. Oh, yeah. All you ever said before, no matter what it was the truth. Ever-loving truth. Every time you spoke a word, the voice of God was being heard. I know it was true. It was the truth. It was nothing but the truth. Only truth comes from you. It was the truth. It was nothing but the truth, and it's all you can do. All you've ever done before, no matter what you've chosen, it was right. You were always right. Every time you willed away and everything you've had to say, I know it was right. It was the truth. It was nothing but the truth. Only truth comes from you. It was the truth. It was nothing but the truth, and it's all you can do. Only truth. Loving truth. Only truth. Loving truth, only truth. Loving truth, only truth. Loving truth. You know it was your word and it was the truth. Ever loving truth. You were always right. All you do is real. Truth comes from you and it's only you. Turning to the pages of the Bible of the ages, it was real. All you do is real.
We have to sing for Mr. Peters.
Okay, you can have a seat. Let me
Come in.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Someone is asking me outside.
Just let them in.
Okay.
Come in.
Oh,
is that Mr.
Peters? Yes.
So cool, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
How's the afternoon?
Fine, thank you.
How is work?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yes.
Okay, have a seat. Really? Have a seat.
Thank you very much. Okay, she's the wife of the other family.
The Jones family.
Yes.
Madam, how are you?
Fine.
How's the afternoon?
Very fine.
Have a seat. Okay. Well, he came here and then made his complaint. As a mediator, before we start, I have to tell you the rules. Some of which are, once he is talking, you should not interrupt him, and then he should not provoke you, and then no insulting word. Likewise, you too, while you are speaking, he is not supposed to interrupt you. He's not supposed to provoke you, because we are gearing towards an amicable solution of this problem. And in doing that, we have to create a peaceful environment, whereas there will be no hatred between the two parties at the initial stage. So because mediation is more or less win-win situation. Like in mediation, there is no loser. Both parties are winners. And then before he starts his case, I'll tell you some of the advantages that are with mediation as regards to litigation. It's very fast, it's less expensive, and then less time consuming, in the sense that if with the help of God it's possible that we might resolve this matter today. Unlike in the court, whereby the court, they give you time because you have other cases prior to you filing your case. So which means you have no say at the court. But here, everything belongs to you, the parties. As a mediator, I'm here to facilitate. So, and then the other advantage is it's less expensive, in the sense that you don't need a lawyer in mediation. You only need a mediator. While if you want to go to court, you need a lawyer, you pay him a lot of money. That fee is very expensive. And the other most advantage is it avoids enmity. You understand? Because he told me about the case, which is going to repeat again in your presence, which I feel should not be a problem. Like if you, according to what he told me, the background of the family, you have been very close. Understand? A lot of things has passed, and if the mother should go to court, some of that relationship will tarnish. So your family and his family might receive each other as enemies. So this is some of the advantages of mediation against litigation. So notwithstanding, I can listen to this case again. He stated it before, but notwithstanding, that was in your absence. So he has to state it in your presence, and then you also say whatever you want to say in his presence, then you can say what we can do.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prince.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. Our land was given to their family to use, and the agreement was after 10 years they will own half of the land. But they spent on the land almost 30 years right now. I went to the land, see the land was already fenced. I went to the family, confront them. They said that because they have already spent 30 years, they have to take the whole land. The agreement was not after 30 years they will just take the land. After 10 years they have to take half of the land.
So basically the original agreement was they have to be there. You gave the land to them.
Yeah.
Then they will be there for 10 years.
10 years.
Then after 10 years they take half and you take half.
Yes.
But unfortunately,
they spent almost 30 years.
They spent almost 30 years.
Yes.
And now since they spent almost 30 years, they claim the entire land as theirs. Okay, that's wonderful. And then we listen to the representative of the Jones family, Mrs. Jones.
Okay, thank you. Like you were saying, yeah. Actually, the land was given to my husband by his grandfather.
Okay.
No, and the agreement was if we can use the land for 10 years, we can own part of the land. But we've spent more than that. We've spent almost 30 years on the land, and we've been using it for agriculture, and we've been benefiting a lot of people. Now we want to build a bank on the land, to benefit the society. But they're trying to come and claim back for the land, which we already believe is ours because it's over 10 years. It's over 30 years now.
30 years now, yeah.
Yeah, it's ours because if they were going to need the land for something, they should have claimed for it since when the 10 years ended, but they didn't. And we were using it, and they saw us doing a lot of great things, which is even benefiting themselves. That's why they didn't say anything. So what is the point trying to get the land from us again? Why not just let us do it to help the society and help people?
This is a very interesting case because you agree that this will be there for 10 years. They overstayed for almost 30 years.
Yes.
And then now that they are claiming the land as theirs based on the fact that this overstayed, but they stayed beyond the 10 years as agreed upon. I would just want to ask you a few questions. While you were on the land, did you make any development on the land?
Yes, we made a lot of development on the land. We were farming, we did some farming on it itself. Many people benefited from it, like we already did.
And you were farming there too?
Yes.
Okay, so it means you are benefiting, and then let's say the vegetables that you are farming there, the community around also have benefited from it.
Yes.
So it means you are claiming that if this has agreed, those people will also fulfill.
Yes.
And then the project that you want to implement, that is the building of the bank, it is also going to be to benefit the community. Okay. Now, there's another thing that we are supposed to do. As I stated on earlier, the process and the outcome of the mediation belongs to you as the parties. As a mediator, I'm not supposed to impose any decision on you. And then you should decide what best suits the two of you. Then you take that. So in the process of mediation, there is what they call caucusing. So that is, I'll meet him, talk to him in private, and then after which I'll also meet you, talk to you in private, because there might be things that he did not want to tell me in your presence. And then there are also things that you may not want to tell me in his presence. So I have to have a private discussion with you. But in as much as whatever I discuss with him, I'll let you know, because impartiality is one of the most important things in mediation. I should show my impartiality, that I'm not in favor of him and I'm not also in favor of you. You understand? That is to build that confidence in both of you. So in that case, whatever I discuss with him, I'll discuss with you. And whatever I discuss with you, I'll discuss with him. Yes, because, you know, as I stated earlier, we want to prevent all matters going to court, because we have realized that there are a lot of cases before the court. I mean, if one is to take this case before the court, it will take a lot of time. And then the image of the family, because in court, nobody comes to, you cannot prevent anyone from not coming to the court. But like in mediation, there are specific confidentiality is very important. It's only the parties that are concerned that are normally allowed to come. So that's why, you know, I want to have a confidential, there's a private discussion with him, and then also have another private discussion with you. Whatever I discuss, I will let you know. So if I can have some, let's say, 2 minutes discussion with him, then after he will go out, I'll call you. Then after which I'll call both of you. Then let me just talk to him.
Okay.
Mr. Joe.
Yes.
Okay. To be realistic, to be honest with you, you guys slept on your right. But you agree with the Jones family that after 10 years, you share the land. But instead, you let them stay on the land for over 30 years. Automatically, if it happens to anyone, he or she will say the land is mine, because they stayed there for 30 years. And then in equity, which is also part of the common law, and they say equity help the vigilant, not the ignorant. That is, you guys slept on your right. You have the right to go to these guys and tell them that, you know, the 10 years has elapsed. So I want us to go by the original agreement. But instead, you let them stay until they fence the area they were farming there. So now, what sort of solution do you want to this problem? Because I cannot tell you what you want. What solution do you want?
Thank you very much, Mr. Peters. I heard all your comments. Our intention was to build a hospital. And the other family said that they want to build a bank. My own suggestion was, in order to stop this problem between our families,
We are very close.
we just have to come together, plan one thing that will, you know, help the community.
According to your complaint, the dimension of the land is almost 1 hectare.
Yeah.
So now, what I suggest is, they fence the area. Part of, you take half as agree on, we take half as agree on, and then you compensate them for the fence that they erected on the land. What did you say? So that you can build your whole hospital, and then they also build their bank.
Well,
I'm not here to impose any decision. This is just a suggestion.
okay.
I'll talk to the lady that is the representative of Jones family. I will also hear her version. And then I will invite both of you to come.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good suggestion.
That's a good suggestion. Okay. Then thank you very much. You may just leave. Let me just talk to her briefly.
Okay.
I will let you in.
Thank you, Mr. Peters.
Okay, you're welcome. Welcome back, Mrs. Jones.
Okay.
As I stated earlier on, mediation is more or less a win-win situation. Yes, these people, we made an agreement that after 10 years, we share the land, which is clear. But instead, they did not do that. They let you stay there for almost 30 years, which automatically, if it happens to anyone, that guy will assume that now the land is mine. So notwithstanding, the family is very close, because if the family is not close, they will not have given you this land for you to be doing those activities there. So what do you think will be the best interest of the two family? Because they are saying that they want the land, they want to build a hospital, and then you guys are saying you want to build a bank, which is a wonderful suggestion. But you are saying that we are not going to give it to you, and if you don't give it to them, they cannot build the hospital that they want to build. So now what do you think we can do to remedy this situation?
Well, like what even wonders me is since we started, like, we've been using the land for farming and farming. I mean, they didn't say anything. Okay, the 10 years have passed, like, they didn't say anything. That's because, like, they don't need the land. It is not disturbing them. It's not affecting them. Where you were using it and we're benefiting from it, and the society also were benefiting from it. But since we said we want to build a bank on it, they also come and say they want to build a hospital on it. They never wanted to build a hospital on the land. Until
we came up with the idea of building a bank.
Yes.
That's the time they also,
say they want to build their hospital.
Their hospital.
And I don't see that. I don't think that makes sense.
Okay.
So I think this will let us, because the land is ours. That's what we can call it. So we want to build our bank, and we are not going back on that. We are going to build our bank on the land.
Okay, like, yes, I had a point, but like, for instance, the reason why he brought you here, he doesn't want you to go to court, and he wants to maintain the existing relationship between the two families. And that can only happen if we are able to reach an applicable solution here. Taking the matter to court is a right for all of us, but sometimes we need to consider its implications. See, the implication might be that the good cordial relationship that has been existing between the Jones and the Job family might extinguish. So in order to avoid all that, that's why I said, let's see how best we can resolve this matter.
The best thing they should do is to sit among themselves and look into this case. Our relationship was going smoothly when they never brought up anything about this land. When they didn't say anything about it, they left us doing our thing there, and it was working well, the families were going well, and no problem was occurring. So since this land issue came up, then this problem starts. So I think the best thing they should do, because they start the problem, if they want peace, well, I suggest they should just drop this and let it be like the way it was.
Now, when I had a private discussion with him, he came up with the idea that it's true, they slept on their right, that is, they should have approached your family when the 10 years has elapsed, but instead they decided to leave it until when you guys were about to build a hospital, which is about almost 30 years now. So now he came up with a suggestion. Now he is ready to give and take, in the sense that you invested a lot in that piece of land by fencing it, by farming it. So he suggested that if their family can compensate you on, that is, the fence, the land, and whatever you are getting there and then you take your half, build whatever you want to build. They also take their half, because the land is almost an hectare. So they built the hospital that they want to build, and you also build the bank that you want to build.
With the kind of bank we want to build,
Yeah.
a part of the land will not be sufficient.
Because according to him, he said the land is almost 1 hectare. So
we know the land, we know the size of the land, and we know the kind of bank we want to build. So getting half of that land will not be sufficient for us to build the kind of bank we want.
Yeah. Yes, I know it will not build, it will not be able to suffice the type of bank you want to build.
Yes.
Okay, but it has a lot of consequences. The family image, the money involved, because the two families have been close for quite a long time. I know it's painful. You have been living in that land for quite a long time, and you've also invested a lot of money in that piece of land. On any ordinary person, it is going to be painful, honestly. But looking at the consequences too, the family image, the relationship has been existing for almost 30 years, since the time of your great-grandfathers. So that image, because for us in our African context, the guy who takes you to court is your number one enemy. Even whereas the guy is expressing his or her right, it's always a problem. So that's why I'm saying, let's consider and see what best suits the situation, because mediation is more or less win-win situation. We don't want any person to be a loser.
Okay. Since I think talking to you made me feel better, and since it is I also want peace among the families, because that's what we knew between us. We've been living in peace, and that's why, because of the trust and the friendship that they had between them, that's why they entrusted each other and gave this land and promised, like, if you spend this years, you can automatically own this land and part of this land. So since that is the case, and with all the consequences you said, we will agree on that then.
So now that's very nice of you. Now let's see, how do you think they will compensate you for the investment that you made on that land, because already you fenced it?
Yes. Well, I'm just representing my family, and I am not the head. I have my husband, who is the head, who makes decisions. So I'm just representing him. So I think I will go and discuss with him on that, and then I will get back to you.
Okay, now what I will suggest, in the meantime, you can just call him and then talk to him, because I learned that he's not here, he's in abroad. Okay, you can just call and talk to him. In the meantime, I will invite Mr. Joe, a representative of the other family. And in the meantime, you can call your husband and then come back with the figure, whatever he agreed upon. Okay, welcome back again.
Yes, I spoke to my husband, and well, we agreed that they can compensate us with 500,000.
500,000?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. Then the thing is this case will solely be resolved there.
Okay.
Then let me just call Mr. Joe. Mr. Joe? Come on. Yeah, welcome back. The way I had a discussion with you, I had a similar discussion with her. And to maintain the cordial relationship of the family, we had a discussion that at least if they are ready to forgo half of the land, you are also willing to compensate them for the fence that they've erected and then for the number of years that they have been protecting that land.
Yeah.
So I have spoken to her. She also spoke, because she's here on behalf of the husband. She has spoken to the husband, and then the husband has agreed to that decision. And then the husband told her that, well, for them to forgo that huge amount of land, because half of it is almost 400 to 500 meters, and when we look at the strategic position that land is located. So if you are willing to compensate them 500,000, they will also be willing to forgo the other half, and then you build your project, they build their project.
Okay. It's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So what about Mrs. Jones? Did we hear him?
Yeah, I heard him.
Okay. So he said they are willing to compensate you to $500,000 at least to make sure that that existing relationship that has been existing is maintained. So I think that's a wonderful achievement. At least this is one of the advantages of mediation, that is alternative dispute resolution. Because having been, you guys went to court, it would have been a different thing.
Yeah.
Because the court's decision is final. You have a winner and you have a loser. But here at the end of the day, you went home happy with the piece of land. They also went home happy with a piece of land and at least an amount of compensation. So that's a wonderful achievement. It's unlike the course, whereby at the end of the day, if a decision is made, you just go away and then you also go on her way. So like as a goodwill gesture, since we have reached an amicable solution to this problem, so I want you to shake hands and say hi to each other. At least to maintain that cordial relationship that has been existing.
Yes.
This is our African way.
Yeah.
Because previously, we used to settle our dispute at the Bantabas. Understand? In every community you go, there are elders who solve problems at no cost. So but when the colonialists came, they brought us litigation. But like even now, it's existing, not that much. When you go to certain places in the provinces, this alternative dispute resolution, like instead of going to court, you can go to an elderly person or an imam, an alcalo or whatever, for him or her to settle the dispute before it escalates going to court that is going to tarnish our image. So this is our African culture. Yes. Thank you very much. My office is always open.
Okay.
Yeah. Anytime you have these sort of problems, you are highly welcome. And whoever you think has a similar problem, just invite him to my office.
Sure.
Yes.
Hope you will be going back to your country.
Well, I'm a Gambian.
Wow, a Gambian?
Of course, I'm a Gambian. Yeah, this is our African way. I'm a Gambian. In a small village around the 40s. Wow, of course. This is my office is always available. Whoever has this type of problem, just come. I'll help.
Then we are having this kind of people in the Gambia here. That's great.
Thank you very much. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. My office is open. Whatever you think has a similar problem.
Okay.
Mediation is very fast, less expensive, and then it's quick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, please.
Yeah.
Don't forget to honor your part of the deal.
Yeah.
The 500,000. Don't forget it, because if you did not do that, he's entitled to take his land back. So even if you can do it today, that will be okay.
Yeah. I would even try and call my dad. So
okay, that would be very lovely. At least so that if you did not pay, the husband might think that she's not paying.
Yeah, okay.
So at least if you honor your part and inform the husband that the money is here, I know the house is going to.
I will do that.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. Everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. When you want something, always try and never ever give up. When you want something, always try and never ever give up. Yeah. Everything Everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. Everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. When you want something, always try and never ever give up. Hey, when you want something, always try and never ever give up. Yeah. Yo, negativity can be positivity. When you give a place to ability, we go with flexibility. Everybody knows our own community and the possibility. Yo, negativity can be positivity. When you give a place to ability, we go with flexibility. Everybody knows our own community and the possibility. Everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. Everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. When you want something, always try and never ever give up. When you want something, always try and never ever give up. Yeah. Everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. Everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. When you want something, always try and never ever give up. Hey, when you want something, always try and never ever give up. Yeah. Yo, easy, 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 busy, easy, 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 busy. Yo, man, everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. Everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. When you want something, always try and never ever give up. When you want something, always try and never ever give up. Yeah. Everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. Everything is possible if you follow it with your heart and mind. When you want something, always try and never ever give up. Hey, when you want something, always try and never ever give up. Yeah.
See you next time, says Many.